Long time no see, everyone. Rick is I am back. I'm by myself. This is the When We Were Kids, a Time Capsule Toys podcast. This episode, like I said, I'm by myself. I'm calling it the Toyhio State of Address. We're going to go over the Toyhio stuff, the good news, the bad news, the news that no one cares about, the news everyone wants to hear. Toyhio was on October 12th. The date today is, I don't know, the 22nd. So Toyhio was 10 days ago, and I'm still exhausted from it. It was a whirlwind. It was an eventful show. It was a tiring show. It was a show worth fighting for. First things first. Just about a week ago, I got to announce our first guest. We will be having Julia Hart from the House of Black from AEW at Toyhio, and we will be having Harley Cameron at Toyhio because Harley had to unfortunately reschedule because she ended up having to fight on the pre-card for Wrestle Dream in Seattle. So our first guest, like I said, Julia Hart from the House of Black and Harley Cameron. Who else do we have to announce? I don't know yet. We'll get there when I get there. A lot of questions about Toyhio, a lot of stories, all that fun stuff. I'm going to divulge it all here. We're going to go over some toys, some other fun stories from the show, all that stuff. So, I keep getting messages about tables, so I will announce it here first, and I'll probably forget to post it anywhere on the internet, so you're going to be the first to know. On November 4th at 7 p.m., which I believe is a Monday, tables will go on sale for Toyhio 21. The House Always Wins, featuring Alf on the cover. No, it does not have. No, we're not having Alf. I've had a lot of people ask me. So tables are going to be $90 a piece. They are 8-foot tables. There's at least 6 available. And I say at least 6 because I have not done any of the paperwork yet because I usually take like a month off before I do any of that. So, but I'm giving into the list of demands of the people, and I might have to do it earlier so I can stop getting messages about tables. So $90 a table, 8-foot tables, November 4th at 7 p.m. I will post very specific instructions on Facebook. These instructions will include how to apply for your table. You must include how many tables you want. You cannot, more likely you ain't going to be able to request 4 tables. You might not be able to request 3 tables. I'm not sure yet. Because I have to look at all the paperwork and see who renewed, who didn't, and who is banned. Yes, banned. Like I said, we have at least 6 tables available due to bannings. Unfortunately, I will not mention any names, but a big story that happened at Toyhio was during setup, there were some vendors who were informed of the wrong space that they were supposed to go into. So they started setting up. The vendor whose space it was showed up. Some aggressions were had. I tried to help both parties involved. And one thing led to another. One party decided to keep being aggressive about the situation, and a fight broke out. A fist fight broke out over tables at a toy show amongst adults. A toy show is where you're supposed to have fun, relax, create memories. that are good memories, not getting into a fist fight over a table spot that I was taking care of, mind you. I informed the people like, hey, you're in the wrong spot. Here's your new spot. They were listening to me. They were following me. Someone else decided to say something, which caused a fight. I had to talk to like 7 different people about what happened. And guess what? None of the stories added up. So we went to the tape, which I still have on my phone, which I will not be showing anyone. None of the stories added up. You see the proof. So the Metroplex informed us that the parties involved were to be escorted out and to be banned from the show because I don't like violence should not be happening at a toy show. I've been threatened several times about people coming to the show to beat me up and all this other stuff. They never show. But if they did, they'd be escorted off the premises because it is a toy show. There should not be any fights. End of story. And the Metroplex, they had the final say in it all, and they chose to have the police inform them to leave the premises, and they are not allowed to set up again, which is unfortunate. I'm friends with both parties, but as they said in Legend of Billie Jean, fair is fair. So that was the big talk of the town. Other than the toys was the fight. It's all done and over with now. I got the story out there so everyone can hear. No one was arrested. They were just escorted out. There was another guy who set up in the wrong spot. He decided not to check in. He went by an email that was sent back to him in February when he didn't even do the June show, so his spot changed. And he kept yelling at me and swearing at me, and I told him, like, dude, you did not listen. You did not even check in. You just came and started setting up just because you got an email in February, but you missed the whole show before this one, and you're not talking to anybody like that. So I asked him to move his stuff over to the correct space. He refused. I said, your choices are this. You move your stuff to this table or you move your stuff out that door. Well, guess what? I turned my back and he ran his mouth. I looked at him and said, you can move your stuff right out that door right now. I said, because you're not coming back. I'm done. Like, I don't have tolerance for this. I'm like, done. And then because of that, we had another vendor get upset because he couldn't move his table where he wanted to. So he sold his table to somebody else and left. It was like the most dramatic vendor setup ever. So, like I always say, every few shows you got to flush out the turds. And that time around, the turds have been flushed. So, like I said, the fist fight, it sucks. I was friends with those people. I'm still friends with those people, but the Metroplex will not allow them. So I'm going by what Metroplex says. As for the other turds, they're done. They're gone. Not dealing with them anymore. I don't need drama. It's a toy show. Like I said, this is the Toyhio state of address. I'm addressing all issues. Not naming names or any of that, but it's a toy show. No drama. We don't want drama. We're there to have fun, make memories, make money, add to our collections. That's that. If you want drama, there's plenty of other places for you to go to make drama. We don't need any of it. We don't want any of it. End of story. Moving on from that. Like I said, tables go on sale November 4th. They're $90 a piece. We will not take table requests You cannot tell me you will only take your table if you're on a wall. You can only take your table if you're on an end cap. You can only take your table if you're by Joe Schmo. No, that's not how it works. You go where we have availability. If we don't have the availability, you can't go there. Like, that's just how it works. We lost another vendor because they were doing too many shows, and Funkos aren't really doing what they used to do at shows, so they decided to move on from our show. So they're good people. I always see them at shows. I respect their decision. I must be sad. I was sad when they told me they weren't renewing. It sucks because they've been with us for a while, but I understand you got to make your decisions, and Toyhio is becoming more and more vintage and more action figure driven than Funko driven. So there was a lot of requests. Everyone loved buying your tickets in advance and getting you in a half hour earlier. People really like that option, to where we're obviously going to keep it going. You get it at 9:30 if you buy your tickets in advance. Tickets will probably be going on sale, we'll say this week. Maybe, if I remember. I slack on a lot of things. But if you buy your prepaid early bird tickets, you will get it at 9:30 yet again, because it went super smooth. I was able to handle it all by myself because my one volunteer, Chris, had to have surgery. Wishing him all the best. I actually just talked to him this morning. He has one more round to go, I guess, and he's good. Don't worry. It's just kidney stones. He had way too many. So they had to break it up into 2 portions. And then our other ticket guy, Rob, his wife likes scheduling vacations during Toyhio. Jen, I know what you're doing, and I don't appreciate it. I need Rob. But I was able to do it myself. I was scanning and stamping all by myself. Having it done earlier than later really helped me, because then I could address the other issues that were going on. But we will be doing the prepaid early bird again at 9:30, to where you get a half hour earlier before the people who wait at the door. Super early bird. Had a lot of people ask about this. Super early bird this last time was only 20 tickets. 20 tickets. We sold out. We sold like the first 17 in like, I don't know, a day. And it took a little while for people to be like, do I want to pay that extra $10 to get an hour early? Because we did a super early bird, got you in at 8:30, to where you beat the rush and all that stuff. Everyone who got super early bird, they loved it. They want it back. So we're bringing back super early bird. This time I'm doubling the tickets. It's going to be $40 a ticket. Not $40 a ticket. It's going to be $20 a ticket. 40 tickets. Once again, $20 a ticket. 40 tickets. There's only going to be 40 available. Prepaid early bird, normal early bird, we'll do the normal. I think we do like $3 to $3.50, I think, is what I do. So, but super early bird, you get at 8:30. And you get like the whole place to yourself almost. Like, vendors are still setting up. There's just rules that apply to that. And the rules I stated to the people who showed up, and I'll state them here right now. You get in at 8:30. That's an hour before prepaid early bird. It will be limited to 40 tickets, $20 a ticket, as I've just said. We ask that you do not bother the vendors as they're setting up. Please, you don't dig through their totes, everything else. Every vendor told me that these people were incredibly respectful. That's why we're doing it again. I like hearing that people are being respectful to each other and the vendors. It really helps out and makes things go super smooth. I appreciate everyone who bought tickets to the show. Went super smooth. The show day was amazing. Everyone knocked it out of the park. Setup day, not so much. Setup day was a nightmare. A nightmare. But anyways. So super early bird's coming back. Prepaid early bird is still going to continue coming at 9:30. I don't have times I have the times for the guests. I just don't have pricing yet. I won't release pricing, honestly, until like 2 weeks out from the show, because that's usually when I can do the breakdowns and do everyone all at once. There's a lot of cool, eventful things that happened at this show, too. One of which was a big deal for me was I found out that Wardlow is a toy guy. Never knew it. Plus, that dude is so nice. It's like insane. I found out that he had the Bruce Wayne Manor as a kid, and he wanted it again. And our friends over at Ashton Beulah Buy Sell Trade had one. And I bought it for him and gave it to him. And I got pictures of him playing with it and being so happy. It was awesome to see. Like, such a good guy. He wants to come back. He's like, when I'm back on TV, I'm coming back. He's like, because that, to quote him, he said, that fucking line will be out the door. So if you missed him, I'm sorry. But hope he wants to come back, so we'll see. Harley Cameron had to cancel this last time, like I said. So I went into crazy mode to get a replacement. Help with Paragon Talent Agency. We got Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace was awesome. She hit it out of the park. I think she was a perfect replacement. People wanted a picture from her from the Royal Rumble. We were able to get one. Once again, another person loved it. She would love to come back. She's probably one of the top female wrestlers right now, and I could see her going to WWE. I don't see her staying in TNA. If she does, she's doing things on her own terms. If she leaves to WWE, she's doing things on her own terms. Like, she is awesome. The fans loved her. She loved being there. She kept asking to go shop, which I thought was awesome. Brian Myers, awesome as always. Myers loved having her there. Danhausen, fan favorite as always. Danhausen bought a bunch of stuff as always. That's Danhausen. Major Bendy sold a bunch of Big Rubber guys. I talked to them a little bit about Major Fest. Put my name in the hat for that. Hoping that Major Fest can be a thing. Also talked to them about it, doing a major pod, Toyhio. So, got stuff in the works. Just hope it works out. Never know. Never know. But yeah, finding out Wardlow was a toy guy was awesome. There's some other guests in the building that a lot of people who probably watch this or listen to this know them. Froggy Flips. Big YouTube guy. Came all the way out to Toyhio. And he filled his car. Like, filled. I have a picture of him with a VHS script. He bought like half VHS script's booth. He bought my Monster in My Pocket ball game, which is like stupid rare. Like, good luck finding one anywhere on the internet. Mine, the one I got was sealed. He bought that. Super nice guy. I'm actually going to be doing their show. It's the weekend after the February Toyhio, which will lead me into that. February Toyhio is going to be February 8th. Usually it's Valentine's Day weekend. Thankfully, it's not Valentine's Day weekend, but a couple days before Valentine's Day. So, excited for that. It's going to be a good show. February is always our busiest show. Oh, and for people asking what attendance was, for this last show, I didn't post it because I completely forgot. It was 1,639 people, which was quite a bit of a drop-off. But Partially that's due to the Guardians. They changed their game time. So they went from 8 o'clock to 1. It did hinder our attendance from like 1 to 4 was kind of slower, but we still had some trickling of people. I mean, for my booth personally, we did a chunk of money in the last 15 minutes of the show and even in the parking lot trying to load the van. So it's crazy. You never know what will happen. And in that point in time, I sold a My Pet Monster and all my Inhumanoids. So I was hoping to save the Inhumanoids because I have another announcement. As many of you know, I run Time Capsule Toys. I'm a co-owner of it. I will continue to be a co-owner of it. But I have other things on the horizon. I'm a busy man. Time Capsule Toys, Toyhio, the When We Were Kids, a Time Capsule Toys podcast. Doing multiple shows. But I'm also going to be opening up a new shop. It's going to be called Monsters in the Toy Box. It's going to be all new. Literally nothing is being pulled from Time Capsule Toys. I've been stockpiling all new inventory for this shop. I can tell you it's going to be in Warren. I'll be there part-time. Some of you know Shannon from Time Capsule Toys, which is my sister. She will be there like probably full-time. So she's moving from Time Capsule over to Monsters in the Toy Box. Monsters in the Toy Box, hoping it opens by the end of this month, early November. I want it to be open by holiday shopping season because I want everyone to see the store. It looks like the 90s threw up in it. I been showing people pictures and there's like, oh my God, that looks like Nickelodeon Studios. I go, that is what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for Nickelodeon and like just monster stuff. So I'm very excited for everyone to be able to check that out. It's like my baby. It's what I've wanted to do with a store. So Time Capsule Toys is the very professional older brother of Monsters in the Toy Box. And Monsters in the Toy Box is that fun, crazy, screaming kid. That's how I'm going to describe it as. Because when you see it, you're going to be like, the floor's going to be different, the walls, everything. All fresh inventory for that shop. Nothing being pulled from Time Capsule Toys. All fresh inventory. So I'm very excited for people to check it out and see it. Like I said, we've been working very hard on it. And it's that, and we're like, I already know, like, there's people who don't even know about Time Capsule Toys that are over in that area. So, it's going to be a good time. Good time. And I'm excited for everyone to check that out. I'm excited for everyone to continue to shop at Time Capsule Toys. I'm excited for everyone to continue to shop at Toyhio. I like having my plate full because I like staying busy. Because staying busy makes me not think about actual life. Because I'd much rather think about toys, my kids, and stuff like that. I don't want to think about politics or any of that crap. So, kids and toys. That's what my focus is, and that's what I'm sticking with. And right now, we're going to focus on some toys. So, this is my, we'll say, measly Toyhio haul. I had more, but I didn't bring it. But I'm going to show it off. I thought I had one more of these, but I probably did, but I probably lost it. Don't worry, there'll be pictures added. So right here, I got his gun somewhere. I think I put it in that bag so I wouldn't lose it. Here's an army ant I got from my buddy Sasho. Sasho always helps the vendors out at Toyhio. He gifted me like 2 army ants, like 2 weapons, because I started going down the army ant rabbit hole because I had them as a kid. He always helps the vendors load in, which I appreciate. I believe I got this from Mike Buck at Boffo Toys, which I really want Mike on here one time. So, Mike, if you're listening, we got to hook up. I got annoyed with boxing gloves. Domino's pizza is absolutely disgusting. But back in the day, it was awesome only because they had a mascot. And I love Noid stuff. I don't remember the vendor I got this from, but I do remember that he bugged me several shows to be moved. That's all I can tell you about him. He bugged me for several shows to be moved. My 8-year-old son found this for me and said, Dad, he has a germ. It doesn't have the test tube, but I'm glad to have it because I've been wanting. I have them. I'm missing one sealed one. I don't remember which one, but I wanted to start getting them loose. So here's some more cool little things I got from good old Mike Buck at Boffo Toys. This little werewolf guy. It's made by Applause. Applause did a lot of PVC stuff. I've never seen this before, and I thought it was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I need that little guy. Because I think I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of PVC horror icons. Here's another one. I'm trying to see who it's made by. Looks like it says Spearhead Industries or something like that. He's supposed to be carrying something. I don't know. Whatever it was ripped off his hand. But it's a little Frankenstein kid or Frankenstein's monsters kid or whatever you want to call him. He's wearing shorts, a vest. I'm just literally going down the rabbit hole of weird PVC horror figures. I just think they're fun and awesome. I picked it, like I said, Boffo Toys. I got those from Boffo Toys. I got the Noid from Sasho, the Army Ants, and the guy who kept complaining to be moved. I got the germ. During setup, before the fights and all the dramatics. Actually, I lied. It was not during setup. It was during the morning of the show. So this must have been the shining light at the end of my dark tunnel of the show. I'm running around, telling people where to go, make sure everyone's okay, everything else. And then I'm running past this booth, That 80s Toy Shop booth. I'm running past it. Corner of my eye, I see purple. I'm just like this. Take a couple steps back. I go, how much is that? He's like $150. Mind you, he wanted something I had that was marked $150. He wanted my sealed Tex Hex from Brave Star. I said, all right, I'll give you the sealed Tex Hex for that. He said, deal. You guys heard me talk about it on here all the time. I now own it. The blueberry short stacks. So I have maple syrup. This is the one I had as a kid. This isn't like my actual one I had, but this is the one I had. And then this one I had years ago, and I sold it stupidly. And now he went up like freaking 3 times the price. So now what made it even better was the fact that he had his backpack. Because their backpacks and guns are so hard to find. Because they really get mixed up in G.I. Joe stuff. So, but now I'm almost positive. I haven't even checked yet, but I'm almost positive I'm done with the actual figures themselves. Because I have the orange sherbet. I think I have the macadamia nut chip to ripper. If I'm missing one, it's probably the jelly donut. But I have to go home and see. But this is like the hardest one to track down, in my opinion. And it was at Toyhio. And I always say Toyhio is the home of the grails. So I got this for me is a grail. Stupid blueberry general short stack. There's a lot of, like I said, there's tons of like crazy stuff. I was seeing pictures from people's stuff like pictures people were posting, YouTube videos, stuff I didn't even know was at my show. Stuff I didn't even get to see, which is bananas. There was so much awesome stuff. Someone had a ton of Child's World stuff. He gifted me a Child's World tag and like another thing, kid ID tag. But there was so much stuff. This was probably the only show also that had 2 TNA 6-sided rings, which good luck seeing anywhere ever again. Crazy turtle grails. Trying to think what else was there. I know I bought a bunch more stuff. I honestly can't even remember the stuff I bought. I bought a ton. Oh, I bought a Golden Girls collection. They were made by Gloob, not Sophia, Dorothy, Rose, and Blanche. I got a Golden Girls collection. That will be featured at the Monsters in My Toy Box store. Legions of Power. I bought some of those. Those will be at the Monsters in My Toy Box. Lots of new stuff. Like I said, I'm going to have new stuff at Monsters in My Toy Box. Have a lot of new stuff at Time Capsule Toys too. Restocked Modern Transformers we put out. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad figures. Oh God, I don't even remember what else we put out. We put out a ton of stuff. Wrestling shop got killed again. So if you're looking to sell a wrestling collection, get a hold of me. Time Capsule Toys needs it. Our wrestling section is being hammered. But we're keeping this one short and sweet. Not like me. I'm neither of the sort. November 4th, Toyhio's tables go on sale. Pay attention to the Facebook. Toyhio tickets will probably go on sale this week, beginning of next week. I'll try. Stay tuned to YouTube for Froggy Flips. He's doing a Toyhio episode. Ree's Toys is doing a Toyhio episode. I'm trying to think who else is having a Toyhio episode on YouTube. There's too many people who come to the show. Just type in Toyhio. I'm sure there's gonna be one for somebody. There's probably a couple already up that I don't even know about. But if you're listening and you did a video, please post it below in the comments. If you're at Toyhio, please post below in the comments. Love hearing from you, guys. And another thing too is thank you everyone who stops me telling me how much they like the podcast. I really do appreciate it. I've been going to these toy meets about once a month now, and there's always someone new telling me how much they enjoy it. It means a lot. So I want to give a shout out to my producer, BJ here at Young Sound Studio, for always recording it for me and doing all the fun, hard work as I just babble my complete utter nonsense. And also thanks to Joe for giving me a space to do it and asking me to come aboard. February 8th, Toyhio returns. Time Capsule Toys is open 7 days a week. Loaded up with stuff. Monsters in the Toy Box coming soon. Thank you all for tuning in, checking us out. Next week, I'll be back with a guest. And we'll talk about some childhood. Share some bad stories. Next week will probably be a Halloween episode. Probably, because next week's Halloween. So, thank you everyone tuning in, checking it out. Once again, check out other shows on Young Sound Studios. Make sure to give a like, subscribe, follow, and comment. Every watch matters. Every like matters. Support local business. Without local business, we're just going to be filled with a bunch of Pizza Huts and Starbucks.